You'll never guess what we just found out. What happened? New research has come out saying that the old idea that men hunted and women gathered is actually really outdated and incorrect. Didn't we already know that? We've been trying to squash that myth for like 50 years now. But tell me about the research. What does it say? It was published earlier this week. They looked at all the data we have on hunter-gatherer societies that are still around. And they found reliable data on the hunting practices of 63 hunter-gatherer societies from around the world. And then what did the researchers find? Of those groups, 79% had documentation of women participating in hunting activities. Researchers also took a look at whether these hunting practices were just opportunistic or intentional. And more than 70% of the hunting done by women was interpreted as intentional. This means that women played an active and important role in hunting and the teaching of hunting. Researchers also looked at the type of hunting that women did. They found that 46% of women focused on hunting small game, 15% focused on hunting medium game, and 33% of women focused on hunting large game. 4% just hunted everything. A lot of people used to fall back on the argument that like, oh, women aren't strong enough to hunt big game. Yeah, and it's actually pretty funny. They looked at the differences between how women and men hunted in these groups. They found that men were more likely to go hunting alone, where women were more likely to go hunting in groups, with dogs, and in like a collaborative effort. Women also demonstrated a much wider variety of preferences and proficiencies in the tools that they used for hunting, whereas guys just kind of used the same weapon all the time. So women were adapting their hunting strategies much more than men. And what are critics saying about the study? Some people argue that there isn't a large enough sample size to make an accurate statement. But most people agree that this study supports this huge pile of evidence that denounces the stereotype that men are the hunters and women gather. How does this play into archaeological findings? Actually, in archaeology, these preconceptions that men hunt and women gather have actually led to a lot of issues. Because we expected men to be the hunters or the warriors and women to be the gatherers, it's actually colored a lot of our archaeological findings and messed things up. And scientists have confirmed this by going back and re-examining past data from past archaeological sites with the tools that we have today, like DNA testing.